Cool.
Wow.
I think Alden looks shell-shocked. Like,
Same.
no color in the face and just staring.
What did I say?
So you can ask them questions now.
And then... So you're related to me?
Not by blood. No. To be more exact, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he says the name of your first love from back in the city.
Jacob.
Jacob, there we go. Jacob raised me and told me stories of you, and none of us knew where you were, so in order to try and keep the memories of you alive and what you did, I took on your family name.
I think Alan just looks for a moment, still shocked, and then shock is gone. Okay, I was panicking for a moment. That things were weird. Okay, interesting.
Anyways, real quick, if stream goes down, Discord becomes weird, we are having some really bad, terrible winds right now in Northern Ireland. We're getting hit by what's called Storm Ashley.
Oh yeah, that's the hurricane that came over to Europe.
Yeah, so we've got the terrible winds from that today, so if just to let everyone know, if stream or something goes down, that's why.
It's all Lumi's fault, realistically.
I harnessed the power of the Vortex Warriors.
I was slightly worried. It's kind of cute and kind of weird.
While Eldon processes, I'm going to do what I did before and be like, "Do you want a drink?"
Yes. Yes, I would like a drink.
Okay, a drink for everyone at the table.
And then, just because Eldon wasn't here to see, I don't know, I'll walk past Sabrina and wave my hand in front of her face again.
It's kind of similar to you, Eldon. Sabrina is just pale, like pale than normal.
She's trying to process the fact of she's been getting flirted on and been flirting with your grandson.
I think if Sabrina looks at Eldon looks pale as well.
And back to the panning around the room, Locke's eyes was so begging for help.
He just looks back at you like, I'm supposed to help? How do I help?
What do I do?
But yeah, I just walk over like, well, it's good to meet you, and just like extend a hand to him.
Pleasure to meet you, and he grips your hand, and you've physically like shaking like, good to meet you too, and you can feel like he's not aware of it, but you can feel like he's slightly crushing your hand slightly.
Okay, you know what this is exactly like. Okay, this is like bringing your boyfriend to meet your overbearing parents. except there's how many of us?
7.
Exactly. And two of the people are like pale because shock.
7 and a dragon. You better believe I'm hearing something out of Lilu. So
all you hear from Lilu is like she's trying to process it on. It's like, does that mean if you wanted to process this further, you've got to ask for Eldon's permission?
it's just a quick side eye towards Lilu. Like, goddamn it!
At that point, you just kind of see her look away, and there's another comment in your head. Hey, you don't have to meet the parents.
Oh, Wiley's saucy today.
Upon hearing that, you just hear a thump. Sabrina's head is now on the table.
I just look back to the barkeep. Better make it a strong drink.
Most certainly not a problem.
I think Ellen just looks at everything happen at her food. And then she just grabs one of the spoons and she just starts shoving food into it so she doesn't have to talk.
So, I think I kind of want to do this differently. So, Sabrina's going to kind of like shake it all off. She's still pale, but she kind of extends her hand out towards Duke. Come and join us, then.
It'd be my pleasure. You can all tell me your wonderful stories and let me know what my grandmother has been like.
When I first met her, she attacked me. Got it from the bar.
I felt bad after it, okay, and I healed.
Oh, wow.
Grandfather never said you were a violent person.
I
I
panicked.
had a bit of a chase through town.
So, to be fair, I just learned in that moment that I was 3,000 years in the future.
Yeah, I can imagine
I
that's
was
a bit of a shock.
panicking. I panicked. Felt bad. But yeah, this town is 3,000 years in the future.
I mean, for myself, it's only been like 1,000 years.
So, I walked this world a few years earlier already. This time. And then I met them, and I was like, yeah, what year is it? Because I never asked someone. And I got the information, and my first reaction was panic, then fear, and then run.
Right, then some more panic as I bring drinks over. Woo!
Who wants to bring the choke up that everyone has in this group against me? And I hate you guys for it.
I'm in my bedroom, I can't say shit.
Wait, there's a joke about my grandmother?
Oh, some of the people here, I'm not going to name any names, decided that Eldon swiped right on Malik when he started his war.
The thing is, I did not believe them because, again, I grew up with him being nice. And so I sent him a message to ask what's happening, and shit hit the fan.
I mean, I say that's a perfectly logical response. But then again, I feel like anyone in this town would say we've all know the stories of Malik. Like some of us people that maybe grew up when he was here, but others that were told stories of the time that you lived here. As it doesn't seem surprising to question someone that you once knew.
Bahamut didn't think this way. Bahamut didn't think this way.
A 1,000 years changes a person, that's all I can say.
Major difference to think Bahamut may have thought differently. Bahamut's lived all of those 3,000 years. He's had time to accept it.
Yeah, but
People of my generation, we just get told a story. To be honest, it's like finding out a book is real and not made up. The fact that Malik is around and he's who he is. Old generations could be like yourself and were in denial about what Malik had become.
And you just see Lucian sort of like his face just slowly eyes towards the floor because he read a book about Malik as a child. And he goes to just sit down and wait for his drink.
Your drinks are on the table.
Over.
Yeah, it was not a great day for me.
That's just the beginning of all the things we've been through.
Yeah. For a while I was partially purple.
Interesting.
It started with when I learned that when I met my personal dad, he then sacrificed himself for the town that we were staying at the moment and became a giant phoenix because he used my mother's power crystal. It's getting worse. And after we went to finish a tower, on the way there we saw my mother's body hanging from the tower. So I did a little bit of, you could call it necromancy, I just call it a little bit of using my powers to be able to talk to her for 5 minutes.
Towers being Malik's current outposts around Lunaria for trying to conquer each region.
Yeah.
So that'll be, for starters, it'll be similar to what we have close to us here at the city then, that the scouts have been scouting out. Second of all,
Yes.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. From what I was told from grandfather of your childhood and growing up, to then hear the experience of finding your family and then losing it. That must have been hard.
It's slightly worse. I didn't know they were my parents until Granny gave me back my memories. And she gave me a letter of my mom. So yeah, that was slightly painful.
Chance to grieve? Chance to breathe?
Had the moment to cry. But I cannot breathe completely and long because we basically were running from area to area to be able to destroy the towers, so at least Lunaria is good. I'm trying to push every sad emotions into the back of my head till everything is done and then I can break down crying.
Take the moments where you can. Feel like you need to press on, but you've got 5 minutes, take it. As you've probably noticed, a lot of us have changed from your time in the city. And we've learnt the importance of emotion, how much they're needed. But we've also learnt the importance to process them. And take a moment where you can. As bottling them up has not led to great results. We discovered why originally we had our emotions taken from us.
I only learned that they were in the way and not practical enough.
That was an excuse they used to say. Not long after the time you disappeared, a small rebellion started, led by grandfather, saying how everyone should have the right to feel, think, not just be ordered. And slowly... there are our emotions. We got the ability to feel and think. Wasn't oppressed. But we also very quickly learned why they were. Tell me, do any of yous know how much energy a soul has?
I think the moment he asks it, Alden just looks at the power crystal and then away, like panicking. No.
I just look at him puzzled, like, no, not really.
Someone like, and he gestures to like all of you other than Eldon. You all have your own soul, your singular soul. And when times gets tough and you bottle up, it can be enough to destroy you on the inside, shatter you as a person. Those of us from the crystals that were remained, we have found a way to change them, but it's mostly the old crystals that contain them. If you don't know, they contain souls of others.
Yeah.
Well, when our kind keep our emotions bottled up and we don't process them properly, it's not only our soul it's affecting, it's those of the crystal as well. But the crystal is a power source. If your own soul inside your body, if oppressed emotions is enough to shatter you from the inside, what can you imagine that'll do? 10 souls, 100 souls, 1,000 souls, all inside basically a battery.
Yeah. I overburned them.
You're essentially creating a tiny explosive.
Yes. And sadly, from records that we have, the most deadliest bomb of our kind is missing. Someone that grew up in the same time as you, grandmother. So they bear an old crystal. But from everyone's reports, they never found salvation. And their crystal was said to hold 10,000 souls. They have the power to wipe out city. Nothing like that's been reported so far. Our hope is they've passed away naturally. But if they're still out there, and they haven't processed, they're a time bomb waiting to happen.
I think Alden looks at you. We only know of one other war climber that was. Remember?
And Nazarek, from what I remember.
Nazarek. Yeah. Because my mother was in Phoenix, but she's dead, and father used her crystal to turn into a phoenix.
Well, this one in Nazarek might be missing.
It seems like we might have a bit of a time crunch to get there, then.
We have always a time crunch.
Yes, but if there's a ticking bomb there, that would be very, very bad.
So we have that's ticking bomb. And I need to start screaming. Oh, I'm a ticking bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, your pressure is lessened, but still take process. After all, you did hold more souls than you did now, or do now.
Yeah, I figured something was weird because I was able to not have the crystal in for a longer time. For a while, and then it started to... I need to put the crystal back in.
There are many far claimers that have chosen to forgo their crystals. Don't want to be time bombs and just... But as Forsakens, they're gifts.
My gifts are quite useful for the group, so I will see how I feel after everything, as being able to not sleep and keep watch out is needed for this group.
Just
So, yeah.
remember, you don't have to do everything alone.
No, we're as a group after all. It's what brought us here. It's what brought us this far. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say.
That's true.
Well, like I say, you always feel like you're in a rush to get somewhere. 5 minutes. Process. To be honest, also might explain the turning purple.
I was willing to take any punishment, if it's necrotic or anything else, just to be able to talk to her, so I just took it as that.
Well, it is getting late. Joy, speaking to you all. Grandmother looks at, and then he looks over at Sabrina. Fair lady.
Call me Sabrina, please.
He's a skilled fighter.
For the line of work I do, every time I hear fair lady, it gives...
She's a skilled fighter.
Very skilled.
I look forward to talking to you more times to come. And spending more time as he once again eyes over at Safrina. For now, Morgan, one final drinks for the table as I make my way home.
I mean, did the strong drink solution order even get there yet?
Oh, that got there.
Oh
Yeah, and it just chucks
That's
it.
probably what people have been sipping on while talking.
Oh no, you say sipping. Eldon just, fuck that, chucks it.
Helden just went the moment the drink arrived, went, you drink? So, yeah, talking.
Well, it's getting late. I suggest we all get some sleep. It's gonna be late today tomorrow if we're heading out. I don't know. Eldon, are you ready to head out?
We have to.
Well, you were
asking
given a time crunch
are
of
you
2
ready?
days.
Exactly, like we still have a couple of days here at the city. Are you
Yeah, but
completely
we
ready?
just now learned that we have a ticking time bomb in a different city.
Yeah.
The same city
All
you're
I'm
going
saying
to.
is, don't turn into one yourself. It's probably a good idea to heed what Duke said.
Please have. I can write things down. I don't know if the other one can. I think. And then you see Eldon pulls out her notebook, her little diary, her little thing. And you see it's one that you can add paper and it's like extremely thick already and some papers might be falling out soon and she just starts shoving it back in. I have that since I arrived in this time.
I don't know why, I just love this imagination. There's like Eldon going, look, see, I've been right. This is my diary. You're not meant to see it. No, stop.
No, that's why she just doesn't open it. She just shows how thick it is.
Giggity.
All
And to
I'm
be
saying
fair,
is,
you fuckers cannot even read it.
No, because it's in
Fuck.
Stalking.
Yeah, but my grandson could.
Very more gimmick. Thank you for the follow.
All I'm saying is, if you need someone to talk to, I'll at least be there for you. And Lucian slowly heads towards his bed and his room.
I kind of place my hand on Eldon's shoulder. You know I'm always here for you. As I kind of make my way towards my room, kind of humming and like there's a bit of a deeper sway in my step. As I am turning into the evening.
You're all making your way.
Yeah, I think while everyone else is going down, while they're looking at Eldon and she's not talking and she put the book away, she starts shoving the food in her mouth. Like to finish the food, because normally she's extremely so she's like, no, I need to do something.
Okay, so eventually everyone makes their way to bed, sleep, stay up all night, whatever. All get a nice, lovely, long rest.
Ooh. I mean, if anything, Lucian will put up and just check up on his inner world, make sure everything is as it should be.
Everything seems fine. Everything seems
started
perfectly normal.
I was just
That's
waiting for him to say, everything's on fire.
Everything's
See,
on fire. One of your gods is missing an arm, the other one's missing a leg, and they're just looking at you like it's a flesh wound.
I
See,
think
that reminds me of the game.
yeah, I think Eldon would be meditating in that time. Obviously, having her prayer before going to bed in quotation and then meditate.
Cover the chat.
Yeah, this is fine.
Everything is fine.
This is fine.
Okay. I did have one thing planned for the night. First, we need to know here. Foreshadow something.
Scary by any chance?
Yeah.
No, it's Argo. What are you talking about?
To foreshadow what's happening in Nasaric, most likely.
No, it was more foreshadow stuff to come, but yeah.
Fair. Oh, dragon form.
But yeah. So, you all wake up feeling refreshed in the morning. Slowly make your way to get food and stuff, one by one.
Walk down the stairs, look over at Hart, morning.
Morning.
Alright, I'll ignore you too, shithead.
As I sit down at the table and look over to Bartholomew, morning.
Morning.
As you
And the
sit
same
down
to
at
the
the
rest of them.
table, and this would have been the same experience for Bartholomew as well as Hart. The table already had food and drink of your preferred choice waiting for you.
And this bartender's got some magic touch.
So,
Man, you could get used to this type of treatment.
Yeah, you certainly could. Like Lucian just starts fucking eating this delicious meal in front of him.
as you guys are sitting down to eat, all you hear is a thump, like a really loud thump.
Freena's up.
She rolled out of bed again.
Hope Lily wasn't sitting next to that bed.
You also notice, by the way, on the table, since Safrina's not there, you notice food's there for Safrina, Lilu, like, everyone's food's already at this table.
Those two go around, but this is incredible.
So, how was your book, Bartholomew?
Interesting.
Yeah, sure was last night.
Yep, you missed the bombshells.
Which book were you reading?
The book's about Malik.
Okay.
I've already forgotten most of what you told me last session about.
Don't worry, so have I.
This is the problem with it being like 2 months apart.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's also why I expect you guys to take notes.
Should you not be taking notes, Dave?
It's your job
And
to
Trevor's character died! Just dropped dead of a heart attack right there and then.
Ironic, Hart died of a heart attack. It's your job to note down for what your characters remember. It's not my job to note down.
The thing is, Alden is not on the table. So that's fun.
End of the day, your notes the equivalent of your character's memory.
And takes the key 9 feet.
So, DM, what did I remember? Oh dear.
I will admit, I do slack on certain aspects, okay?
Oh, don't worry, I do the same. So I'm making the joke.
I think when Alden comes down, she's in one of the new outfits that she has.
Oh.
So it's a deeper V cut, and the back is free.
Okay.
And she just walks up to the group with. Normally her hair is up in a high ponytail, but it's not up. She's like, it's morning. I don't have to do that right now. And her hair is down, and she just walks over to the group. Morning. I'm surprised that was an outfit that Safrina helped her pick. No, that's Safrina and Shay. It was both of them. It was to the Fox shopping trip where Safrina was not here.
So Shay, how are you feeling this morning?
I was like, just a note for the sake of the story aspect, so people understand what was going on. The foreshadowing was going to be happening. In her dreams, Shay would have been hearing a voice that would have been just slowly whispering, "Free me." Just so people are aware for the sake of the story, and then we will recap this next month and say this. She can write it down in her book.
Guys. Who locked Shay up?
Not me.
Sorry, couldn't resist the joke.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. I think, yeah, Alden sits down and looks at the food like... The tavern. And she starts eating.
Sabrina is gonna start walking down with Lilu behind her, and you can clearly see her, like, coaxing and rubbing the back of her head. Clearly, she felt like, clearly something is sore.
Ooh! Question, on Argo's plate, is there any, like, mashed potato and things like that?
Obviously.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take one of the gems that are gonna be on Shay's plate and just hide it in one of his mashed potatoes.
Oh, give me sleight of hand and I'll challenge it again. Natural.
Oh, got that one. Okay, let's see. What is my sleight of hand? Oh, it's only a +4. Ew.
Don't worry, I think you're gonna win this.
Nope, that's a 7.
Oh, you're not gonna win this? Never mind.
Don't you have reliable talent?
Good question. Sleight of hand I don't have proficiency in.
Oh, okay.
A rogue without
No.
proficiency in sleight of
He
hand.
notices you put the crystal in.
But does he know what it is? Is he smart? That's the question.
I think he saw you taking it from Shay's plate.
Yeah, he would have watched the entire thing. Because, like I say, you're challenging against his natural passive perception.
Yeah.
Which I thought it was a sure getaway you were going to beat. Because it's only a 10.
If only I'd helped you do that, you would have passed.
Yeah. I think Alden looks at you for me. So do you want to do a rundown what happened last night here at the tavern?
Not really.
Okay.
Just starts drinking his tea and eating his breakfast.
I don't really care. You do you.
And then Alden looks at Sabrina. So, what? Why did he know you?
Oh, come on, you didn't see the glances back and forth?
I might be perceptive. Not as good as before.
I know, but hard
But I was more
Sabrina.
focused on what he told me.
Lucian's just gonna look over at Eldon. They were flirting. Just straight up say it.
So, hold on. Right,
So
he
you
stops eating. So, you said flirting, so I'm assuming this is the guy who she was going on a date with?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's my grandson.
Okay.
I met him at his shop the other day.
So, why were we flirting with my grandson?
Eldon's grandson's a fuckboy.
Correction. He was flirting with me. I just engaged him.
So you led him on.
There is no leading on here.
Hey, Sabrina, you see beside that door? There's a lovely shovel there.
I would pipe down, horny fox.
That's a name we haven't heard in ages.
Yeah, I think Alden
And the
loves
horny
his
snake.
feelings. So, why Horny Fox?
he was quite the charmer back at the academy.
He's a bard.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is a normal thing for them.
I mean, he's got more levels than Druid these days.
Because I said back at the academy.
He's very good at seduction. I once watched him seduce a man with long hair.
Good for him, though.
Yeah, they didn't think so.
You know,
They had to put me on a leash.
You know,
Good for him, though.
I remember that.
I was just gonna say, remember there was a leash for this.
Do I need to know more?
No.
No.
Okay,
This is the point where the party starts realizing everyone's got embarrassing stories from this adventure we'd rather not talk about.
I still remember the horrifying incident when the pirates dumped tea off a boat. Bastards.
that just sounds like a nightmare that you might had.
No, actually, that kind of happened.
Okay, what?
Yeah.
So, kind of, as I'm sitting there, okay, look, I was originally looking for a gift for my father, and I had stumbled into a shop. I pulled out the ring. It's still on my hand, but I pull out the ring. This is what I found in this shop, and come to find out it had quite a lot more meaning to it than I thought. So, on my hand it sits.
Okay.
and we were talking and laughing and...
Intent used detect magic, it'll help you.
The worst part is, I remember there was something about this ring, and I can't remember. I thought I sent it to Kitten, but I didn't.
No, you said it to me.
Oh, it was you! That's where it is! It's like, I know I sent this to someone, but who was it?
That's why I
Okay.
was like,
Since this is the first time Bartholomew seeing this ring, is there anything special looking about it? Any insignia on it?
What are you trying to look for specifically?
Well, right now I'm looking at the design of the ring.
Right, give me an investigation.
Shoot.
Well, he can roll lower than a 10.
I cannot. So instead of a 4 plus 11, that's a 10 plus 11, so 21.
Reliable talent.
Yep.
Rogues!
You note that it is pretty much like a very much like the ring is very standard. The actual ring part itself, like standard metal of gold. Nothing really special about it in its design. The gem, though, you've never seen a gem like this before in your life. And I believe the terminology I'm looking for is pearlescent, where it changes with the color of the light. Like, you know, if you move it, it kind of looks like it's changing.
Oh, like an opal.
Yeah. You watch it go from like a blue to a purple back to a blue, like if when you like look around with the light and stuff of it. You've never seen a gem like this before, ever. While looking at the gem, notice small, tiny bits of essentially raw magic just spinning inside.
And detect magic.
Big surprise.
This magic, so first it can, you learn it's got enhancing magic where it can enhance both thunder and lightning damage.
But
You also notice the moment you go detect magic, you notice a small string of magic coming from the ring and goes and connects to Lucian's necklace.
Ah!
now you see what I seen? Yeah. Cool.
So, you've got a ring that enhances, what was it, lightning and thunder?
Lightning and thunder.
Mm-hmm. And there is a magic trail leading to his amulet.
There's a what?
You know that. I literally told both of you.
He did!
Wait, he did? I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah. I do
Right,
remember
that was
that.
a thing.
I do remember that.
You did? Oh, God.
That's why I didn't say anything, because I did remember the trail.
Right, that was the thing. We
That's
were both
fucking
told,
great.
right.
That's fucking great. Soul forgot.
I forgot. It's been that fucking long.
Did you not write it down, Soul?
I didn't forget that. That was one thing, because I don't know, that just stuck in my mind, too.
I mean, I should have, but for some reason I didn't.
Because I was never given the information about the ring, because I couldn't fully figure out what the ring was. So I never got the info for it.
Then you ran into me and Soul, and I detected magic.
And you told us what it did. Yeah, I remember.
So,
Yeah,
so there's
yeah.
a connection trail between those two.
Yes.
Is it because of what your necklace is, or the person inside your necklace?
Yes.
Okay, so it has to do with a god.
Most likely.
Have I ever heard about something like this in a religious sense?
No.
Okay.
You've never even
think
seen
we-
this rock before?
I
The
think
big
we
thing information for
talked
those that,
about-
just to remember, by the way, that Safrina would have been told when she got the ring, because she was told this. The gem itself came from Draconia.
Mm,
And I do remember.
his birthplace, yeah. Mm.
Yep.
So that is a fascinating ring.
I think we even talked about potentially trying to like do something with the connection, but we just never got to it, and then the session ended.
I mean, you don't even know the name of the rock or anything.
No, we don't.
I just recognized that it was
Yeah.
all the studying and stuff I done. And I think I did a really good roll on that. When I was looking at it in the shop. But, anyways.
I may. Well, it certainly raises more questions. Now that I
Yeah.
do remember.
It really does, but
Quick question, Bartholomew.
Yep.
I'm going to send you actually a quick DM because I don't want to ask out loud to give too much. Phantom.
But by the way, for the others, when they're watching Elden, you see she's not this slow eating anymore. She's like on your speed now with eating.
You found your appetite.
I think that yesterday helped by shoving all the food in to get the speed with it.
Got your system going. Got it.
Because again, I needed to do something with my hand because I slightly panicked. So I
Good
started
question.
to shove the food in my mouth. Yeah.
I think it's one of the regions.
I was already making that connection myself. But I'm not sure if Bartholomew's ever done that. He has done it with Burgai.
Yeah.
I don't know if Zoros was around when he did it to Burgai.
Now I am wondering what the hell you two are talking about. Because if it's been done to Burgai, I most likely was there when it happened, but I don't remember what it is.
Don't worry about it all.
See, there's information that Trevor has about this
Yep.
that
Just-
I can give to Bartholomew if the answer to that question is yes.
I'm pretty sure Burgai was standing next to someone. It wasn't just Burgai on his own, but I can't remember if it was Esper standing next to him, or Zoros, or Alistair.
The guy's been around a few people.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's been around quite a few people.
Do you remember roughly what point
It
it
was
was?
Safrina's dad that was standing next to him. I don't know.
Wait, was it back? Was it back in your village?
It was back in... I think it was back in Tarragon before we left Tarragon.
When you left Tarragon for Snow Peak?
No, we came back from Snow Peak, I think.
Right, then Zoros wasn't around.
Oh, then we arrived on airship.
Oh, yeah, no.
So it was Alistair who was around.
Yeah.
Not Norris.
Right, okay.
I remember Alistair telling you, Lucian, that the necklace kind of functioned as a sanctuary for dragons. Because of the connection it also has to him. It being a scale from him.
But, yeah. To what happened on Snow Peak, if I'm not mistaken, Zoros sort of went into the amulet, right?
Yes, that's as far as we're gathered, yes. Well, no, I saw him in the necklace, yes, he did.
Yes, but is Bartholomew aware of this? Is everyone else aware of this? Is this a common known fact?
I think you
No,
told
it's
us that.
not.
No, it's not right.
It's not common knowledge.
It's not common knowledge. The only linkage anything that's may happen is since that incident in Snow Peak, someone that's only been able to do radiant or necrotic damage
Dead lightning.
Suddenly you had access to lightning powers at points.
Yep. At which point Lucian went into his inner world, found this giant storm and this swirling orb inside, where he found out Soros was inside. Because I remember that.
I remember you... What, was it Thunderclap, the group?
Yes, he basically thunderclapped the entire group because of the whole
the pocket
accident
watch.
with the pocket watch.
Yeah.
In Snow Peak. Where he screamed his lungs out and then went to blow off some anger and blew up like a couple of training dummies.
Oh, no, you were asleep, yeah, but you were sleeping. Thunderclap the group, and Alden panicked.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that can't happen again.
Oh, can it?
It can't.
Except memory wipes would happen, and then you guys would go back into the necklace.
No, I was going to say, I have anti-magic filled now, so that can't happen anymore.
Just stop me from shouting. But yeah, I do remember that being tied to specifically his emotions of anger.
But no, so to kind of get back to the subject, Lucian's never made it public that Zoros was inside the necklace.
I never made it public. No, I didn't.
You've only ever spoken to Alistair privately.
Yep. And then he got that information handed to him personally by Lucian. Which is why he found out about the necklace actually being a sanctuary for dragon gods and such.
Yes. So, back to dinner, with this detect magic on a ring seeing a link to the necklace.
Yeah.
So, do either of you have an explanation as to why there's a link between them?
Lucian just thinking to himself, I think I might. So I should probably told you guys this a while ago.
Spill the beans.
But after we returned from Snow Peak, yes, it's a while ago, I know. I talked to Alistair privately because of the whole thunder magic situation that happened in Snow Peak.
At the moment you do that, Alden looks down on her food because she still feels bad about it.
Hey, that's in the past. Soros was still alive. He had taken shelter inside, well, this, and I just point to the necklace. Sort of hibernating, regaining his powers. Healing. Since then, I haven't seen him. I've been into the necklace multiple times. I've not seen that storm or Soros since. But yeah, that is what allowed me to use that thunder magic back in Snow Peak. Because my necklace was all along a sanctuary for the gods that had been injured.
Can I see your ring for a bit?
Bartholomew is about to do what everyone else has been thinking.
Before I do that, first off, can I see your ring for a bit? Just hold on his hand.
Are you gonna promise to give it back?
If it exists, yes.
That's not the best. You gotta give it back when the first words out of your mouth are, just like...
If it still exists, then yes.
What do you mean if it still exists?
I get
First I need to examine it anyway, so just hand it over.
She just kind of like... She just wiggles it off and like is pinching it between her index and her thumb, and just hovers it above Bartholomew Museum. I want it back.
Okay. I'll try.
No. No, there is no try.
There is only two.
Only do.
If he's doing what I think he's about to do,
I think I know.
better that he doesn't give it back.
I think we maybe should go outside.
Don't.
Before I do that, I'm going to examine the jewel. Does it look like... Because we've seen a few dragons now. Does it look like it could have came from a dragon?
We've also seen how Saurus looks without his cloak on, by the way, in case that helps.
We've also seen Zorus in dragon form.
Actually, there was one of
Exactly.
a... In fact, if I remember correctly, there was one of a detail about this gem that... The other three realized. Kind of in the middle of it is the symbol that Zorus used to wear.
Yeah, no. Well, you told us.
Yeah.
Yes, I was about to say, I forgot to bring that up this time around when he examined it. So you're looking at the gem and like, does it look like it's come from a dragon from your experiences?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine only Saurus. Because he did go dragon form.
It does look like it could have came from a dragon.
Okay. From my guess, and this is just speculation, this gem was a part of Zorus at some point. And if we were to give it to him, and I point at Soul, he might absorb it, he might not, I don't know. It's up to you, and I hand it back to her.
I kind of.
You hear in the background, by the way, the barkeep slightly chuckle at your suggestion.
All I can just picture
could bring
is
back
the
a
head snap.
powerful ally.
Yeah, good.
I just kind of turn my head towards the barkeep. What are you chuckling over there for?
So close, yet so far. Right track. Wrong person.
Give the necklace to Safrina.
I didn't say reverse. I
Yeah.
said right track.
Yeah.
Wrong person.
So it doesn't have to be... So
it's more so don't hand the ring to me.
The barkeep just kind of leans over.
Wait. Lila is a descendant of
Bahamut.
Bahamut. What if you hand it to Lila?
What, hand it to lightning?
Lailu.
Lila.
Oh, Lilu, right.
I was thinking more Shay, since she's more humanoid, but okay.
See him?
Oh, that's not a possibility. The Moon Maiden.
This name, Zorus. Any of you really know him?
I seen it once when he was in Dragon form.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, Numi.
You may know as a player, but does Lucian?
Like, I think, if I'm not wrong, it just popped into my mind exactly what you're thinking. Or, well, not exactly, but, like, what's supposed to happen.
Feel free to DM me if you've got a guess.
I'll keep it to myself for the moment.
Yes. Do any of you really know his story?
He talked to Safrina and Lucian back in Killica. I don't remember if he told us his entire story, but he did talk about himself a little bit, since he did show us his scales now and all that.
If only there was someone in the party that had, like, you know, spent time with him and got brought to our party by him, who is currently not here.
Who's currently not here. Who spent more time with Saurus than any of us.
Let me ask a question to maybe spark your brains.
Oh god.
Smart.
Do you not find it weird that all the gods and children of Bahamut are actual dragons, yet Zorus was not?
What's not?
I'll drop one final clue. Maybe go to the library and look up some history and do it. I'll give you the name of the gem. That is called a Narakami stone.
See, the funny thing is, I was thinking like Narukami Knight or something earlier about like the stone's name. Narukami Stone. I mean, this place would be the obvious place to look in the library.
Yeah,
They've
it
got
would
knowledge
be
from
the
everywhere.
best.
Right,
Yes.
Bartholomew, to the library. Let's see what we can try and figure out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna slide the ring back on my hand.
You want to join us, Safrina?
I don't think I got much better to do today.
Alright, then to the library we go. To look up this Narukami stone.
Make your way to the library.
Yeah.
Obviously, Eldon, Bartholomew, you're both kind of used to this library right now.
Yeah. I had the odyssey to see the library for the first time.
You, for those that haven't been, as you enter, you see grand, open halls, massive halls, with just rows upon rows of books. You see people, some loading into slots. You see some books flying around.
Is the person that helped me yesterday there?
I was about to say, you see a familiar face.
Ben.
You're done reading already?
No. Well, actually, hold on. Have I finished any more books?
You were reading all night, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you'd say you've probably finished another book.
I finished this one. We're looking for a book about the Narukami stone.
Narakami. I don't know specifically about stone, but I know the word Narakami's popped up in a few books. Watch her pull out her wand. I can go Narakami, and you watch trail go. At this point, those of you that haven't been to the library just kind of watch this trail go off. Bartholomew, you're used to what this trail does. You just immediately start following what is Eldon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the moment the trail starts, you see Eldon just starts following.
I'm just gonna follow them, I guess. And I just follow Eldon and Bartholomew.
It takes you to a section. The trail eventually gets so far down and then it kind of splits. But both go down same row, and it kind of leads to two books. One is the history of Draconia, and one is the Tales of Narakami Village.
I would immediately go for the Tales of Narukami Village book, because that sounds very, very much similar to something Lucian would read back in his hometown.
Well, since he's grabbed that, I'll grab the other one and try and speed read the fucking thing.
Both of you give me investigation.
I'm even good at this. I can be interested. You said investigation?
Yes.
Do I have inspiration? I don't see any. Do I have the inspiration saved up? I do! I will use a point of inspiration.
So, steady eye. You
I'll
have advantage.
rephrase the Narukami village. Tales of Cray Village.
Okay.
That's what's actually called.
Yes.
So, question. I have steady eye, which is you have advantage on any perception or investigation check if you move no more than half your speed in the same turn. Does that apply
I think you
here?
asked me this last time and I said yes.
Great. Time to roll a
That's
advantage.
better. That is way better. A 15.
An 11, so 22.
So, with the 22, you managed to speed read to the point of History of Draconia. You'll speed read to a point where learn that Draconia is governed over by dragon gods. Each has their own respective element that they reside over, and that they've all got various things they represent, and they all look over a village or a city. They all safeguard it. And you come across the name Narukami as the name of one of the gods. And they looked over Bray Village.
Okay. Yeah, yours is definitely the book to be reading.
With a 15, you go very slowly. Eventually, you find some... Our Cray Village was governed over the dragon god of thunder and lightning, called Narukami. And how there was one of the unique things that Narukami would do. Her scales, when they would fall off as they would regrow and stuff, and the scales that fell off eventually turned into gemstones that the village came to call Narukami stones. And it's said that these stones hold a small portion of her power. You also make note, by the way, the book, when it's talking about Narukami, keeps referring to her.
Right. Well, I believe Thor is sustained. He's got the powers of Narukami. I believe.
Back in a second. And he wanders off to find a librarian again.
Oh.
Hi! Do you know much about Zorus?
Loris, go follow it.
Hi, thank you.
Anyways, I'll continue reading the book.
You continue reading, and as you're reading through, watch a trail hit your book, and you also watch it. Another trail go past you and hit a book of titled as Bahamut and his chosen warriors.
I think Alden pulls it out because there's a trail. Most likely someone looked for it and she just waits.
I eventually appear.
And Alden hands him the book.
Thank you.
So, feel free to give me an investigation while I tell Lucine this, while he continues reading. You continue reading through, and eventually, towards the back, you find out that in the history of Cray, there was a point where there was an attack on the village, and during the attack, the only survivor was a person called Zorus. And it was said in this attack that Narukami had died. Follow me.
Yep.
You investigate into your book, you read through it, eventually find the name Zorus. Go on to read about how Zorus became a very trusted person of Bahamut, a warrior that would fight for him. And it goes on to say Zorus held the powers of Narukami inside of him.
Okay. So Zorus has the power of Narukami inside of him.
Who was the dragon god that protected the village of Cray, which must be where Zorus is from, since he's the only survivor. That stone is deeply connected to Narukami, which is deeply connected to Zorus. So that means it would hold a part of Zorus' god's powers in it.
So how are you still not the right person to give the ring to?
Never said it wasn't the right person to give the ring.
But it might be not the right person that brings back.
I may not be supposed to bring Zorus back, I guess.
But it might be Narukami.
But Narukami is, well, supposedly dead.
But gave the power to someone. Like Zorus did for you.
Could be.
Alright. By the way, this music is on point.
Yeah.
This whole nerdy talk going across the table, this like discussion going on.
So instead of bringing him back, it might be bringing her back. Or it will just power you even more up.
I mean, it could also, revitalize Zorus, who, for all intents and purposes, is still hibernating inside the ring, even though it has been a while since I've tried any of those thunder powers.
There could be another option.
I'm open to suggestions.
We're not trying anything
Bring
in this
out the ring.
library.
No, obviously not in the library. I was
No,
gonna
obviously not in
bring
the
out
library.
ring. But what do you call it? It amplifies lightning, right?
Indeed.
It amplifies it with the power of Narukami, from what you've all been saying.
Yeah,
And you say that Zorus is inside your necklace.
correct.
So maybe hitting the necklace with amplified Narukami electric? Just a suggestion.
So hitting the necklace with the magic from Safrina.
I was supposed to say, so you're telling Safrina to fire a lightning bolt directly at Sol.
I'm just saying that,
To be fair, that sounds like a good training ability for both of you.
Thunderstrike? Just saying.
So essentially, trying to wake up Zorus in the necklace by firing thunder magic at her?
Mm-hmm. Or speeding up his the healing process even more.
Out of curiosity, when you first saw Zorus in your inner world, when the storm was going on, what was happening outside the inner world?
Everything was in chaos because of what the storm. Sort of like emotion.
No, I mean, I tried in our world, not in. What had just happened?
No peak. The entire battle with the tower. Where Zorus got injured by Emir.
Okay.
While Emir was trying to fire magic at me, Zorus stepped in to protect me.
Blade of
what-
disaster.
What specifically
Yes.
happened with you, though, is what I'm asking.
I blacked out after the blade of disaster was fired, and I saw Zorus. Because I screamed out, thunderstruck Ymir, who fell off the tower. Saurus was nowhere to be seen.
So thunderstruck, you ended up in your inner world with electric and storms everywhere.
Yes.
Damn! Thunder did strike.
Thunder did strike. After I screamed out towards Ymir, yeah. Should we have a battle, maybe? I mean, it has been a while since we've done practice.
Sabrina just kind of looks up with the big old puppy dog eyes. You wanna fight me?
You figure this whole thing out? Absolutely. It's always a pleasure to fight.
Sabrina just kind of does a little dance. You know, you don't even have to ask. You know that.
Let's go find a training field then. And put this to the test.
Oh boy.
I was kind of suggesting this as like a thought process.
Well, it's what we're doing.
No,
Okay.
there's no.
You can't put two fighters together, I'm sorry.
It's not that. I'm saying Eldon because if something goes horribly wrong, she's the one that heals you.
Yeah, I think I'll just hand on heart shoulder. I know. Before you fight, let me get at least one of my holy symbols.
Alright, meet us
Okay,
at the
what-
big shield.
Well, while you get ready for that, I'm going to leave the books back because I'm not a prick.
Oh yeah, no.
Put the book back.
But yeah, Alden basically now sprints back to the tavern, to the room, to get her at least one of her holy symbols and sprints back.
I like this music.
So
I'm practically
you
skipping.
don't find like a combat grounds per se, because this city, when it was originally built, they genetically made their fighters. They weren't naturally made.
Right.
You do find an open field.
Where like no one's like walking.
Yeah, no one's
across.
like people are far enough away that you're not injuring anyone.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
I'm gonna have Lilu kind of keep an eye if like somebody does kind of start wandering too close.
Okay.
She can like step in front of them or
Gesture them away or something.
exactly.
I think while Alden is watching it to see that to be the field the site medic for this, she has her little drag out. And pets it. It feels fitting.
Oh, we're summoning pets? Okay.
No, you're not summoning yours.
I mean, we're summoning pets. I can have two.
No.
And Shay's just there stroking her little.
And Argo stroking himself.
So
For all those that dirty minded is not what you think. He's actually sitting there going straight.
I'm going to meet Lucian in the middle of the field.
Okay.
I'm going to extend my hand out.
And I will shake your hand. That's what we're ready to do.
As you shake each other's hand, your minds both cast back to the first time you sparred. Back in Kilika. And where getting discovered the fact of you were a grandson of the person as of the original Dragon Knight that fought beside Bahamut. Which a long time ago in your journey.
Sabrina's fangirl face, oh my god.
You mean the face that she still is in?
No, this was bad.
This was worse, but you're still a fangirl.
Anyway, swords at the ready, armor at the ready. Let's go.
Wait, are we doing no hold back?
I mean, I was going to suggest you go in your lightning battle form to, lightning and all that.
Well, who's to say I already wasn't going to?
Fair.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
Okay. Eldon, you ready?
Yeah, the field medic is here.
As I am walking away, I am igniting and using my bonus action to start up my lightning battle form.
So, compared to when you've done it before, where, like, activating comes from type thing, that, but at the same time, that's the glow. Watch lightning sparkle around. It's like it's now form. Like, where beforehand, like, so beforehand where your form, like, when you went into it, there was, like, sparks of lightning. Like, almost like Super Saiyan 2 Saiyans, if you ever watched Dragon Ball, where you see sparks of lightning every now and then. That was, like, your lightning battle form now. Now, it's just like there's a constant stream of lightning.
Shocking.
Electrifying.
I just kind of look down at the ring. This is gonna be sweet.
Are you activating your armor or anything before we go into this, Lucian?
Yes.
Okay.
Lucian's armor is indeed going up.
Right. As their battle forms start taking place, I kind of walk up beside Eldon.
Armor plated has been triggered.
Okay, so for the sake of it, both roll initiative. See who gets the first turn.
I think what this is going on, it looks at Todd. I'm not betting anything, but someone gets hurt. I can feel it.
Sabrina gets the first move.
Healing magic at the rear of E then.
Yep.
For once, a good initiative. When it's not really that important.
It's RP important, though.
Yeah, it is RP important.
Everything's important. It's a story.
Yes.
So, as Sabrina makes her way to the other side of the field, she kind of flicks her sword, drops down in a stance, and starts darting towards Lucian. And it's just gonna go for kind of like a side slash. Just to warm up.
So, you're not going to make an attack roll here, because you make the dash. You're used to what your lightning battle form did for your speed. It's been enhanced.
Oh god!
You
Oh god!
You zoom
Oh, she became
past.
Sonic.
You zoom past him, and you're now standing on the opposite side of Lucian, as far as ways you were before, but now behind him.
I'm gonna get on my broom and fly up a bit so she doesn't go running into me.
She just does the 1 foot, trying to stop and skidding, okay.
That being said, because it was that fast, Lucian.
Yep.
Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Sure.
Otherwise, you're in the ground, pastor.
16.
16. I'm going to say... Nope, you didn't pass that.
So,
you,
for my
like, because she wasn't obviously trying to hit into you, she was trying to reach you and kind of maybe, like, side slash you. It means she went right past you. Like, she didn't, like, bump into you or anything. But she went at such speeds that when she did go past you, she created a small sonic boom of thunder. You've just been pushed, like, from the side of you, like blasted. You've not managed to, like, find your foot and stand your ground because you weren't prepared for it. You have been knocked, I'm going to say 10 feet to the side and, like, on the ground, like, laid down, like, weren't ready for it.
Okay.
Okay, so for my sake, because I go 30 feet as it is, in this form, I gain an extra 20 for a total of 50.
We're doing 100.
Holy shit!
What?
So there's one of these stones for every element, you said?
Yeah, no, straight up, it's just the 1 foot, like, stopping and skidding, just, like, turning back.
Like, Lucian's, like, literally laying on his side on the ground, like, what the, like, trying
What
to get
the hell just happened?
Like, he blinked and you were gone and he was on the ground. You didn't take any actual damage from it, it's just the impact of wind.
Hey, did I just go mock Bahamut?
Yes, you did.
I kind of set my other foot on the ground, turned to face Lucian. You okay?
Yes, I'll be fine.
You do feel a slight winded.
What did you see?
You were there, then I was on the ground.
She just, like, starts, getting really excited and starts dancing and jumping. That was so cool! I don't know if I want to do that again. Are you okay to continue?
Yes.
I kind of walk over and extend a hand to help him up. Come on, get up then.
Right. And I'll jump to my feet. So what, are we into my turn now or something?
Yep, into your turn.
Okay. Stand up. What? That's for this, and I come swinging down with
Oh,
the
hang on,
swords.
I'm the vanguard. Wait, what?
And I come swinging it with swords, like, trying to think back to when, like, Lucian did the whole lightning thing, as he swings.
Okay. Let's do an attack roll.
Let's swing at that one. That's a natural 20.
Jesus.
Not holding back!
Damn. Okay.
Right, roll damage. It's a nat 20, it hits.
Yep, so... Going by our crit rules...
Just roll damage, I'll calculate, don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna click the other sword, because the roll's being weird, like it's doubling the dice on the site, so I'll click the other sword.
Fair.
It's the same damage dice.
Isn't the plus different, though?
No, it's still a d6 plus 5.
Oh no, it's the additional effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, 12...
And that's the additional.
Okay, so 12, 15... and then it was plus 5. Then you get your free other swing.
Yep. That's a 16. I don't think that hits.
No, that doesn't hit.
No, I didn't think so.
So, Sabrina, you take 20 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have 3 attacks in action, right?
Yep. Still your turn if you want to swing. It's up to you. You don't have to do them all.
It's very true. I mean, I don't have access to the lightning stuff unless I'm angry. I'm not exactly angry at the moment. But then again, he did say he changed that up, so I guess... Luna, could he try and summon the lightning as, like, a part of the attack?
I'll allow it.
What do you want me to roll?
Arcana.
Just straight up 13. Because I don't have a plus to this.
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Sabrina's turn.
You told me to not hold. We agreed. No holds barred.
Yeah, no. I'm good. Don't worry, I'm good.
She says, missing an arm.
Wow. I fucking hope not.
No, I'm taking a piss. I'm taking a piss.
So,
I don't know. I'm turning pretty soon.
let's see. I'm gonna kinda get up, I'm gonna shake it off, like, you know, whatever, that happened. I'm trying to find it. I don't think we... Yeah. I can't find the rework of it. I'll have to look for it later. The rework of Scorching Ray to the lightning.
Alright, it was going to be lightning damage. Still like it was.
Okay, it was. Okay, so I am going to kind of shake off. I do, like, I guess clench a little. It hurt a bit, but not letting it show. So I kind of stand there. It's like, yeah, you're right. No holding back. As I cast my lightning ray.
Okay. That is an attack roll.
Yes. So it's 3 attack rolls. Oh my gosh.
Oh, natural 20!
It's a good thing that turns into a normal hit, isn't it? Because of my armor. I have defense against critical hits.
Yeah, critical hits, but not the if it would have an effect, that would not give you defense against that.
Oh,
Well, very true, but it does become a normal hit, is what it says.
Yeah, still a wobble sword would decapitate you, because that's their ability.
I want to
roll damage for 1 ray. So. So what happens? You sit there and you watch Sabrina get up like, yeah, you're right. No holding back. And with her free hand, Watch as she opens up her palm and sits there and starts casting a spell. The wings come out as one of the glyphs starts activating. From her hand, you watch as she casts Lightning Ray as 3 beams of lightning spray out towards you. Manage to dodge 2 of them, and as the 3rd hit's coming in, suddenly it's getting charged up by the ring as you watch the beam get bigger and suddenly more crackling. You notice you can't dodge it. You're about to take the hit. It hits you square at the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And when normally your armor would protect you right now, suddenly an additional charge. Lightning is no longer just hitting a single place, it's spreading. It's shocking you all over. The crit does take, so you are taking 19 damage.
Okay.
You are screaming in pain.
Okay.
But also at this point, the connection's been made. So Frina, you find yourself unable to stop the spell.
I think Hart sees Eldon fucking shake and stopping herself from running in.
The ring glows brighter and brighter. And slowly, your soul... It's not even painful anymore, it's more turning numbness. It's starting to feel like it's not really hurting anymore. Not like, and I don't mean the fact of you're turning numb hurting, I mean like, it's not actually doing more damage now.
Okay.
But you watch as Soul's, like Lucian's body slowly just gets covered in lightning. When 2 bits that come joining 2 separate points of the body covered, as they come closer and closer together and they make contact, you hear booms of thunder. Before I go into explain anything else, anyone want to do anything at this point?
Eldon is just trying to stop herself from running into the fight. Because again, doesn't want to lose anyone. She doesn't know what's happening.
Bartholomew flies above Eldon and Hart. I think you should use like healing word or something.
I'm worried adding more magical break a connection in some way. You just see kind of Hart trained on the magic happening.
You start watching the lightning at this point, like almost enveloped his entire body, stand to cover his face as going wrapping around. Small little veins that are growing and growing. Again, anyone else want to do anything before I continue describing further?
Bart, make the call.
What?
You're the one with the best perception. Is he in PN? Do we need to heal him?
I mean, I just look over them like, I'm not feeling pain if that's what you're worried about. It's like, look over to all 3 of them.
Yeah, he's not feeling pain. But is he taking damage? Is what I would like to know.
He took another 5. Little veins start developing to the point where seeing is now humanoid form of lightning. The gem sparks a little bit brighter. At this point, suddenly a final blast releases. Spell disconnecting from your Safrina. As this final blast hits Lucian, watch as all of the energy start hearing getting louder and louder, crackling. At this point above you, a dark cloud starts appearing. Very similar to what Lucian described in his inner world.
I mean, if anything, I think Lucian at this point would just sort of
You
in
can't
his
see
mind.
anything, Lucian. You're like, if you were to open your eyes right now, you'd be blinded from lightning.
No. In his mind, like in his brain, like not looking out, but looking in would call out, "Stars, are you there?" Like inside himself.
Anyone on the outside want to do anything before I describe what goes on?
Yeah, Alan is now in a full-fledged panic.
So, panic, got it. So at this point, what ends up happening? It's louder and louder. The clouds fully formed directly above Lucy's sky. And all the energy suddenly quiets down for a moment, just like a final... It quiets down into the body. Just suddenly, as it all kind of collapses back into like the perfect humanoid form around Lucian, there's one final beam of explosion straight up. Just moments before this happening, as the energy is calming down, when you're calling out for Zorus, in your mind, trying to call out for him, you suddenly feel the presence of eyes opening, awakening. And at that precise moment when the energy explodes up and that presence felt is now gone, you collapse to the ground through complete numbness of body.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Alan is sprinting in now. Hey, good that David doesn't wear metal at the moment.
Also, for the sake of the movement, Safrina, we're now down to 70.
Okay. I just kind of grip my hand, but
You will notice, because of how long it was going, there is like a small kind of first degree burns on your hand from the amount of lightning and magic coming out of it.
I'll just kind of do the shaking hand, trying to cool it down. I'll better assess it in a bit. As I start kind of making my way around closer to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, Alan is running into Lucian.
Collapse on the ground.
Yeah, her first thing is to heal.
Okay. So, to fully describe your condition here, Lucian, you are like just normal, like you can talk. You're conscious.
Okay, I'm still conscious, okay, but I just can't move.
You're just numb all over to the point where right now you cannot walk without assistance.
Okay. Okay. So I can still move, I can still talk. Apparently still awake. I was quite the boom.
Yeah, Alan heals you for 19.
You okay over there, buddy?
Yep. Yes, gonna need some help to move around it for a bit.
Yeah, it immediately helps you up.
Thanks. It's leaning on you.
As Hard arrives, Hard's going to kind of move over, and as he kind of reaches Lucy, he just casts Levitate to make it easier before looking at the winds from the lightning.
Bartholomew,
I'm still allowed to use my flight speed now. I could use my flight speed to move around since it's my legs that are numb now.
It's your body, actually. That's numb, yes.
Okay.
I've already cast Levitate. Deal with it.
Yeah, you're levitating now. No fly.
Okay, cool.
I take my orange alchemy jug and take Sabrina's hand and start pouring fresh water over it.
How'd you know I had that?
I mean, you're shooting a beam out of your hand for like 5 minutes straight. You can kind of smell it.
As he does that, I kind of like use Cure Wounds at the same time to try and sort of.
Well, Sabrina, that was fun. And I just like try to smile towards you.
I just look. I look towards Lucy and, yeah, I'm not used to that.
I can't get the one that does this.
That was not what I was expecting. All I know is that my hand is on fire.
Lumi, by the way, although I have used them spells and I've concentrated on using them, my eyes are still focused on that cloud of the left.
Oh, the clouds dissipated the moment the beam hit.
Are you okay?
Yes.
What the fuck happens?
Well, I don't know what you guys saw out here, but
A storm cloud.
what I felt inside of myself was a pair of eyes opening, like something awakened.
That's interesting, but yeah, we saw a storm cloud.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of show Eldon my scorched hand.
Huh.
That was probably more power than I've ever held in my hand before. Now, Lumi, question.
Answer.
Because this is gonna like. Did this power feel like my own?
I'll get to that in a moment, unless you want me to DM you that privately, the person who just DM'd me. The power, it felt like a mixture of your own. Like, but almost like, but it did feel like a boost, like assistance. And it did feel like small trace amounts of magic of something else.
Okay. As I'm kind of looking down at my hand. That was probably the oddest
real quick before you say what your card's going to say to really help the thing here. Not exactly, but I felt magic similar, presence-wise, around that of Bahamut. Like his level of magic.
Okay.
Not saying it is Bahamut, it's just similarity, like level-wise.
Yeah, the amount of strength that held.
Yes.
I got you. Sabrina's just kind of looking down at her hand. I don't even know if I can fully call that mine. It felt like mine, but more than that. And that was weird.
I just look over to Eldon like, put me down on a bench or something real quick.
And you see Eldon just pulls you over to a bench and puts you down, and you still levitating.
Here you go, a bench. Bench.
Bench.
Is anyone gonna fucking lock the tie to his foot?
I think no. Eldon holds him down and just places her drake on him.
Anyway, this works. I'll be right back. And he just closes his eyes, focuses on himself, and enters his inner world.
Okay.
Oh god.
I've got 2 DMs now, so I'm gonna get to everything. Okay. So first DM. Bartholomew.
Yep.
You're investigating the rock.
Yep.
With your passive perception, that presents movement and happening.
Yep.
Top of that, eyes of a fucking eagle/hawk. You notice it looks the same as it did before, just not quite as bright. Best way to say it.
Okay.
Like, it's some of the energy that's been stored in it is gone. Next thing to get to. Through the other DM. Need something before I get to this.
Yes. This must be another. All the fire in the world will be mine. To Kodia we will go. And a stone of the fire dragon we will find. It will announce us more. If that is what you seek, power.
More the ability to protect, but power comes with that.
Call it what you will. Power is power. Use it as you see fit. But energy like that can only involve me further.
I want to really know what was going on there with that voice changer as the background effects. I have them turned off. That should not be happening with it.
I did kind of like set it a bit better.
Was a cool effect.
What's a very cool effect?
I mean, I turned it off now, so I can turn it back on if you felt like it was better. Right. And then change there.
It's hard still just looking at the sky where the cloud was.
Into your inner world. You see the scenery you're used to.
Okay.
Nothing looks too out of the ordinary.
I just call out Murakumo, Namatama.
When you call out for them, instead of where you're normally used to them coming to you, you feel yourself suddenly pulled and smokily evaporating to in front of where they're standing together in your world.
Okay.
I assume you're going as you want to know about what happened.
Yes.
Well, you see, easy to see what happened. They both look down to this hall behind them.
So he's back.
He's entered the next stage of recovery. He needed to be connected with that of his original source power. Now, for the next stage, he has to go back to his origins.
Back to Draconia.
Indeed. It's been brought back to us. Brought back to as Den in Cray. Where Narukami's power is at its strongest to revitalize him.
Good. I'm glad to know he's doing better.
It is only a step. There is no guarantees.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Indeed, it is. It is a step to hopefully having one of our brethren back. Maybe not in true, but we've all looked to him as our own.
Indeed. Miss him every day since that sacrifice.
He knew what he was risking. After all, if he truly perished that day, he would have turned the entire world on its head, knocking the balance out of alignment. But, as we've come to see ourselves, you and your companions are worth the risk.
Thank you. And all our paths.
One last gift before you leave this world. And you watch Murakuma just suddenly raise a hand with some magic in it. Just blows. And it's almost like dust sprinkling over you. That should help.
And I bow to both of them, and I go out of my inner world.
You no longer feel numb.
That's better, and I just start wiggling around, levitating.
You have a drake on your lap, by the way, to keep you down.
Alright. You can drop the concentration now.
Are you okay?
Yes, and I just take my arm and wiggle around and everything. Never felt better.
Just so you know, you are still levitating. Hard is in his own world.
So what happened? Is Zora's okay? Is he in there? Is he out? Is he what's happening?
He returned to Draconia. The big boom of energy you saw was him leaving the necklace.
I just hope some poor bastard isn't just walking about in the village of Cray and gets hit by that.
No, from what I can understand, he's returned to the original den that Narukami inhabited.
Small fun fact, real quick, just while we're on about Cray and everything. I don't think I've actually ever said this, but obviously when I was designing Zorus, I designed his entire backstory, I designed Draconia, Cray, and all this stuff for the campaign he was meant to be played in. As a part of that, to help the visualization, to give to my DM at the time, Lotus made the village of Cray and Narukami's den on Minecraft.
Ooh,
Oh, that's cool.
I give her the full description of the city, where Narukami was, give her all the location description, everything, and she went and made it all on Minecraft. Just around me, throw that out there.
I can't
yeah.
at some point.
To be fair, after the one shot, that means you're going to have to get her to update it because there's a new statue there.
I kind of want to see that at some point.
I don't know if she still got it, but I know she made it at one point. I'll ask her if she still got it.
That's definitely cool. Well, when Hart does wake up, he can...
No, he's just looking at the sky still where the cloud was.
I just sort of go, trying to make a sharp whistle sound towards him, hey! Nothing?
No, he's just fully concentrated at the minute.
I think Elden goes tapping his shoulder.
Real quick before you tap his shoulder, as you get close to him, because since he's talking to his inner fire, as you get close to him and your hand gets up, you feel like heat coming off him.
I think Elden, instead of tapping, places her hand on his shoulder.
It feels his body feels very, like when you place your hand, it feels very warm, like you're next to a fire.
As the hand presses, I just kind of like the what? Sorry.
Lucian said you can drop the concentration. He's fine.
You just feel yourself slowly coming back down.
At this moment, if your hand's still on his shoulder as he's doing this, you feel the temperature coming back down to normal.
I've noticed that while you were looking up, you emanated warmth like I was next to a fire.
I was just talking to someone.
Okay. And you see she shakes her hands, like that was a weird sensation.
Yeah, I just start petting the drake that's like on my lap.
Yeah, and it's a blue one, by the way.
I think
I'm just petting and giving it scratches.
I think I need the library.
We can head back there.
Does Heart have another name? Mozilla? Firefox?
Look, I'm just going to search for okay?
Yeah, my first thought was the hearth, like the center of a house that is fire.
So you're making your way back to the library? What's going on?
I'm going to make my way to the library. If you want to, you can come. I need to know a certain something.
Actually, you should go to the library I'm in.
Library, books, knowledge, sure, I'm there. All we're missing is a good cup of tea.
Meanwhile, I'm still just petting this drake that's on my lap.
The truth is, I was always there. This is just some random guy made to look like me.
Yeah, and then look at Sabrina. Are you okay? You need healing?
Bert dumped some water on my hand, but that hurt like hell. I don't know if you want to take a look at it.
I would take a look at it.
Lemmy, you're up.
How does Sabrina's hand look like?
There's like a couple of like first degree burns. They're not like massive, they're like lines, but like just slightly widened type thing. Slightly thicker than that of a pen mark, like a normal pen. If you'd like make a line on a piece of paper, slightly thicker than that. There's maybe about 3 to 5 of them on a palm, all separate.
So it's not that bad, it's just... I know it sounds bad saying it, but it's just like a first degree burn. It's not that bad. And Elden would cast Cure Wounds, just to make sure that it's fine.
Yeah.
For 20!
That's absolutely insane. Healed me for the damage that was done to me.
I mean, to be fair, she also healed Lucian for the damage you did to him, apart from the 5 I added on.
Yep.
I used 4th level spell there, good spell, good heals.
I'm just gonna kinda sit on the bench next to Lucian and kinda call Lilu over. Have her sit down in front of me as I'm staring at my hand.
I think it would be funny the moment you sit down. Yeah, no, I think the fun thing would be the moment you sit down, the Drake just fucking lays over both of your laps. Like a long cat.
I'm just going to accept it.
I just turn my head. You okay, Sabrina?
I think I will be.
Okay.
More, trying to process all that.
Yeah, that was certainly something. That was impressive.
So, before we go over, you're sitting there on the bench and stuff, leaving Hart and Bartholomew to go to the library.
Yeah.
Just before we flip over to them, you suddenly see a drink float in front of both of you, Lucy and Safrina. When you kind of look up from it, you just see the barkeep standing there. Just like, looks like you could use a drink.
Lucian just starts laughing and grabs the drink. Thank you.
So,
Sabrina will give him a smile and grab the drink.
story continues today. I must ask, how did it feel to have the power of a god in the palm of your hand? Before you get to reply to that, there's Hart and Bartholomew.
Just got cock blocked. Got it.
What?
Yeah!
That's how I felt.
It's
with
like
a new
an
session.
anime episode.
DM blocked.
It's like watching an anime episode. Drop bombshell. Move to next scene.
And then return to it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Hart, what were you zoning out about, and why do you want to go back to the library?
I need to know information on a certain... I don't want to say deity, because he's not a god, but... spirit? Something like that.
Do you have a name?
It'll be the first time I will have said it out loud, but Ifrit?
Ifrit.
Ifrit? I can't... I thought Ifrit is not, yeah?
Ifrit.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew some secret shit, I just realized.
You know a lot of secret shit about this!
Yeah. I know who his previous owner was, and he's been in this city.
Yeah, my character also knew the previous owner because he was in the city. Well, she was in the city, but still. I actually need information on 3 different things, but not one of them.
So this spirit thing, do you talk to it?
It took an interest in me ever since the battle at the palace. Something to do with it owning all fire, or wanting to own all fire.
Hmm. Oh, let's go figure it out. And I told you it's not a god?
It's not a god. There's definitely a difference, I think. I'm judging it through thoughts here. I'm not like...
Best part is, because I know so much, I'm making Trevor second guess himself.
I know, it's so bad.
Whereas in reality, I'm just making sure my father is asking questions in a way that he would ask.
I'm also
Because he
pretty,
knows all about it.
I'm also pretty sure when Ifrit introduced himself to you, he introduced himself as a god of fire because he is all of fire.
No, he didn't, actually. He introduced himself as the spirit of fire.
He introduced himself as many names, or being known as many things. One of them was a spirit.
But if he is a god, there's no better place to sort of, figure it out than here.
Well, I think the Temple of Gods might be a bit better, but yeah, okay.
Let's go! So, you make your way to the library. You find a librarian. Are you asking for the name specifically of Ifrit?
I'm asking specifically for the name of Ifrit. I am also wanting to know if there is a book to do with the goddess of nature harnessing her powers. And I want to know about the history of Draconia's sort of cities and villages.
The librarian kind of looks at you and is like,
Okay, that's the entire library. Want to narrow it down a bit?
that's multiple different... Take a seat over there, I'll bring them to you.
Thank you.
As she's walking away, I catch up to her. So you mentioned this Ifrit person. Do you personally know anything about it?
There is mentions of Ifrit in many books. The only story I'm aware of that involves an Ifrit is a spell went wrong. And the spell was named Ifrit.
Okay. So, is he connected to anyone else? Or it connected to anything else?
I would say the person who tried to create the spell. I haven't read every book.
What's the name of the person that tried to create it?
I don't know, I can't remember. I don't have it written down.
I know his name.
Do you want his real name, or do you want the name he used?
The name he used, because he wouldn't use his real name.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. I don't know why, I was thinking something else in my head.
And I would make books on him.
Yeah. If memory serves correctly, someone called Phoenix?
Then I would like books on him specifically.
Go wait with your friend.
Thank you.
After some time passes, she comes back with all the books you're interested in. What I'm going to do is we're going to cover anything to do with Ifrit and Phoenix real quick first. And we're going to have Bartholomew take over as temporary DM to explain all this, because it's his story and shit they came from. I can't remember every detail. I don't want to get anything wrong. So Bartholomew, take it away. What is these books? Because they can give any amount of knowledge you would like to say about Ifrit, Phoenix, and all that stuff, while I quickly go and close some curtains.
You mean all the information? Nah, it's gone.
As much as information as you think would be in the books.
I have the feeling the librarian know from the moment that this group enters the library, every librarian knows, okay, they want a lot of books.
Get the trolleys ready!
Get the trolleys ready, we have a lot of shit to do.
You see the first ever forklift in D&D? Right, well, in terms of... That's it, because it's Ifrit and Phoenix. So,
Let's do Phoenix first. Do you know more about him, right?
yeah, okay. So, in terms of Ifrit, there will likely be some connection to another name known as Hephaestus, who was a person who learned how to control fire long before the age, like before the first calamity. And yeah, he learned from a primordial being, an elemental being of fire, on how to control fire.
By the way, real quick to everyone else here, you best be taking notes. There'll be a quiz later, and you'll figure out why the fuck I don't remember all of it.
So, Hephaestus learned fire from a primordial being called Prometheus. Hephaestus then created a spell, which was to be the ultimate form of fire, taking in all of its attributes from everywhere, including bits of hellfire, dragonfire, real or the natural world fire, arcane fire, everything, to try and combine it all into a pure single form. And from that, it gained sentience, and granted its user the eternal flame, meaning they cannot age to death. The next step that mentions Ifrit is with Phoenix, which strikes a very similar backstory to Hephaestus. It's almost as if they're the same person, but it doesn't explicitly mention it. Where Phoenix, or rather, it doesn't necessarily mention Phoenix's, on aging, but it does mention him throughout different ages that make it impossible for him to be a normal person, to live through that length of time. And it mentions he is human, and not a, whatever Elden is. I've forgotten what it is.
Proclaimer.
Proclaimer. So yeah, that's the gist of the origin of Phoenix, Hephaestus, and Ifrit, were the spell gained sentience, and although the spell was created by him, it had a mind of its own and a will of its own, and was under no pressure to follow Phoenix's orders. In fact, it could have just killed him on the spot if it felt he was a threat. But it decided that he was the closest thing as to the most perfect host for him. Although he had his own issues, certain things that didn't line up perfectly, he was the next best thing for him. But it did grant him multiple things, for instance, the Eternal Flame. But it also granted him something that Phoenix wanted himself, because Phoenix was a wizard and had no ability to heal anything. And that was something he wanted to do, was be able to heal people. So he granted him healing flames, which is why Phoenix has the ability to cure wounds. If you think something similar to like a Phoenix's flame, but not as potent. I'm trying to think what would be the next thing. Because there's a lot of backstory and I'm just going off the top of my head here. So I don't know where I wrote it down.
I mean, it could end there if you wanted it to.
No, because there was times where Phoenix did join this city and was an instructor, where he did take on multiple pupils and did try to teach them, and he had one in particular who was just a prodigy. But he wanted to create his own version of Ifrit. He wanted to do something similar. And that went horribly wrong, and as from the records, that person is gone. Just wiped from existence, there was no body found, they're gone.
I've just realized something, sorry, while you were saying that. Technically, we're going to read about the entire way the city was saved as well, right?
Are we?
Well, I mean, Phoenix was there.
Yeah, Phoenix was there.
I mean, you'd probably mention it, yeah?
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, but this person, this prodigy that died, his name, Trevor, what's the name of your warlock character that's dead? That's also alive?
No, what? The one that was turned to
The walking
stone?
skeleton?
Yes.
Solomon.
That's his name!
Huh? What did Lucian say, sir?
Was it Solomon or something?
No, it was Malachi. I don't know, wait, warlock?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that saved the city, yeah. Are you talking that one?
What?
Are you talking the one that saved the city, or are you talking the different one?
No, I'm talking about the skeleton guy.
Oh, Armir, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, Zalamir. Sorry,
That's
Armir is Lord of the Rings.
So, yeah, Zalamir was the name of the student that disappeared.
I forgot about
They
that.
never found his body. But from that, Fenix then retired from teaching and refused to teach anymore, which is why the next time he appeared, which is during the fight with Tiamat, he was an ex-tutor and not an official tutor anymore. And then it'll of course mention how he did fight off Tiamat, and that'll probably be it, really, because then he got thrown back in time again.
Well, to wherever he wanted in time, yeah. Maybe kind of give that option. Because I believe that she was technically one of his students as well, because he was like, he couldn't believe he was letting down another one.
I can tell you right now, he went 2,975 years into the past.
Damn.
Yep.
Oddly specific.
Because I have it noted down here what you all picked. So
And that's about all I can remember from Fenix and Ifrit.
yeah, so because at the time we had Chaos, so we had Thompson, Chaos, Saul, Big R, Fluffy, and Adam were all, and you were all in that one shot. Thompson's character got trapped in a time loop.
We've seen him before.
Yeah. Chaos's character went 93 years in the past from that event. Soul's character went 30 years forward. So did Big R's. Fluffy's character went to the present day that we're all playing in now. And Adam's character went 2,975 years into the past. And Trevor's character was immortalized. I do note some things down.
You did that very well, I'm not gonna lie.
So that's basically the full story of Fenix and how he got Ifrit.
So what was the other books we picked up that I can now cover as the actual DM?
The Goddess of Nature's Journey to Control Her Powers, I believe.
Okay.
Because I heard that she, at the temple, she had similar powers to me.
So it talks, the book will read about how she was born a mortal. She wasn't born a god. But had a very unique ability to communicate with that of nature around her. No one else at this time had any form of abilities like this. She was also a Tabaski, being that of an animal species, and she could hear the plants and the trees as if they were talking to her. She managed to evolve this into her own unique style of magic. And strove to protect that of nature and protect that of people she cared about. Throughout all of this, through practice and many years of concentration using, her magic became very strong to the point where she had to isolate herself from civilization, as wherever she would walk, plants would grow. It's like her magic got so strong she couldn't contain it all, so it leaked out of her body. Eventually she found a solution in that of a ritual that she performed that allowed her to communicate with the primal gods, the original gods. the ones from the Calamity. And they shared with her the secrets to attain godhood. And essentially gave the warning of you either join the ranks of us to become a god, or your magic will kill you. It will just grow that strong. She tried to seek other ways and stuff to the point where eventually it was one day she camped out in a field and it was like she was walking there throughout the night and like plants were growing where she walked and stuff, and she put down a tent as this camp here for the night. And it talks about when she woke up in the morning, she was surrounded by trees. She was in the midst of a forest. This is when she realized her magic was really getting out of hand. So she went into the forest that she had grown to do the ritual to obtain godhood. This means she had to leave her mortal body behind. This forest later became known as Kilika. And is stated in the book, since she didn't have... There's no place noted for where she was born. It is stated as her hometown, since it's the town she made. And it also states to say the village got the name after her, as that is her true name.
Okay. Good to know. Kind of powerful. Very useful. The last bit, though, Lumi.
God, there's more.
Draconia.
Draconia? So what exactly are you trying to look at with Draconia?
Two other city / villages that are in it.
Sorry, repeat that?
The two other villages / cities that are in it.
The two other?
Well, I'm assuming Draconia has a lot of villages.
Yes. That's why I'm like, two other? When have I ever said there's only 3?
No, two other ones that I'm specifically looking for.
Okay.
One is the city or village of fire, and the other is the one of nature.
Okay, so I'm going to have to pull up a quick little thing to see which one is tied to nature real quick.
I'm curious about this, if they have the same type of stones as the Narukami one as well.
I literally just seen it in my notes. There it is. Okay. So, looking for that one and that one. Just to make sure I get the names right here, because I didn't just give the names of things. Draconia maps. Got it? Oh. So, you will find the City of Fire.
I can imagine the name of it already.
Ironworm.
Okay, not what I was expecting. I do know the god. I think I know the god's name.
Ruled over by the dragon god of fire, war, and strength, Kagero.
I was going to say Kagero.
You...
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, all of the Draconia was kind of inspired by Cardfight Vanguard. Then...
That's the Village of Crow.
Yeah. It was the very first one I made, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna keep this going. Then, as for anything nature related, there isn't really nature itself, but there are things that tie to nature. You find out about the village called Neo, where the Earth Dragon God resides. That resides over Earth, Harvest, Forest, and Sumph Arm.
Okay. And did I find anything about these stones while I was transferring their pages?
Each of the dragons, when their scales can transform into these stones, when left alone long enough, and the stones just hold a small portion of said dragon's power. And all of these dragons are on the levels of gods.
Okay, Bartholomew, I think I found like everything I needed to find.
So, Lumi, does that mean that the dragon gods connected to Lucian also have these scales that have transformed into stones?
Can do.
Neat.
After a long, long time of searching through books and having...
There is one final thing to note.
Oh.
Even though you find out about these stones and stuff, it is also noted it's for that very reason of how strong these stones are that the dragon gods of Draconia very rarely, only if necessary, take dragon form.
So hard. You want to go fuck a dragon?
I'm sorry, Tanish, they just jumped in my head as soon as Well, that has been an interesting find.
And simply just because you were looking up the books and stuff of it, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab and post this here. Since this will technically be information that you would have access to now. D&D, Draconia, maps.
Ah, yes, the map of Draconia.
As well as all the names of the cities and villages. Well, mostly the cities, but...
Oh.
Cray's city is a village, though. It's small. Just for referencing points, Cray is that of Thunder and Lightning of Narukami. Ironworm is that of Kagero of Fire. Neo is that of Simflum, blah blah blah, what I said, which is Earth. Mistland is that of Water / Ice. Navara is meant to be that of Wind, but is suddenly but since Navara is obviously passed, as that god was passed away, it's currently looked after by the dragon god of light. And Lumina is looked after by the dragon god of darkness and stuff. It's meant to be looked after by both light and dark as twins. Also, Luminamina is the only city in the entirety of Draconia that has a port for incoming ships.
Oh.
I think the water place might have that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that would be...
It's surrounded by ice on the side, so most
So,
likely not.
small fun fact that I couldn't do in the map that I would say in the book. Mistland is underwater.
Ooh. Oh. Cool.
I couldn't do that on the map properly, so I made a small little island to put it on in the map. But that is a giant lake, and the actual city of Mistland is underwater.
So are we to expect sea elves and fish people?
Maybe.
Interesting. And it sounds like, from what I can hear, that we'll be starting in this village of Lumina. Or city of Lumina.
Most likely, but still. So that's all information you discovered from the book. So no reason to hold that out on yous.
Okay. Well, I will go over to the one of the attendants and say thank you. You have been very helpful. I don't know what really to give in return, so would you like this? And I'll take out my jar of dirt. It has a beating heart within it.
Oh shit, it does, doesn't it?
Yep. It's a curiosity. They might want it.
It's certainly interesting. We'll take that.
There you go.
Just love the fact that Bartholomew is now just giving away a beating heart of what could only be assumed at the time when he grabbed it, a resident of Phoenix.
Look, nobody else is here. It's only me and Bartholomew.
Back to you lot at the bench. So yeah, you've just had this guy just be like, what's it like to wield the power of a god in your hand?
Well, Sabrina?
As I'm looking down at my hand.
I just looked at like, what did you know about?
Ah, well, I certainly have my ways.
Bartenders know everything.
Yeah, but this one's special. He even knew about our hometowns and where we're from.
How's he got special?
So, I see you've picked up on... We'll call it a talent.
Probably the best name for it.
How do you do it?
He kind of looks around at the city you're in. One can only wonder what might reside in a city known as City of Gods.
Other than gods? Potentially. But how did you know that I was from Tarragon? Or rather, a village in Tarragon. I'm quite intrigued.
For formal introductions that shall answer all your questions. Organ's my name, and knowing stories is my game. I am the god of stories. I see someone, I can tell their story. The moment I laid eyes on all of you, I seen your past and futures. I seen where your stories will unfold. I'm a minor god in comparison to some of those you've already met.
The god of stories.
Fred immediately looks at Lucian. Oh, that's going to be a long conversation, I feel.
That makes a lot more sense.
It does, yeah.
Must be interesting knowing everything about a person just by looking at them.
It also shows you the dark secrets they hold and the heinous things that criminals have done. But, I mean, to give it proper ranking is, you'd call me that of a demigod. Really. I'm in the minor leagues and I only have my godhood-like powers thanks to my father.
Interesting.
Am I allowed to
I have an
your father?
idea. I have an idea of who that is.
Does it go drip, drip, drip in dark caves and people can hide heads?
No, stops.
So, Lumi, is the god of truth by any chance?
You can ask him and find out.
Are you related to the god of truth in any way?
Yeah.
He is indeed my father.
And you just see Alden looking confused, looking at. He had a partner?
She was into some freaky shit.
Yeah, that's what Alden thinks. Like, huh.
You think gods can't fall in love?
Oh, no, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. How, the last few times I saw him, that's the thing.
Gods can take on any form they wish, and you also assume, not saying you're wrong, but you assume gods conceive naturally.
Again, not that much that we learned like that when I was in the temple.
That sounds like a whole complicated process.
I just hope it wasn't a god of Japanese schoolgirls.
Oh god.
No, if his partner would be another god, he would be not a demigod because he would be a full god because he would have two divine parents.
Yeah.
So if he conceived with another god, it would be a full god. So this should have been with a mortal.
I'm intrigued as to what of the stories, but I think that's conversation for another time.
Anyone I lay my sights on, I know their story. So anyone that has walked into my bar. And there have been a good many, we'll say.
So
Hey, Lumi, there are all our characters who were in the City of the Gods by chance walk into Morgan's bar during the one shot.
Most likely.
Most likely.
I believe you were in the bar literally at the first moment my character met you all.
Exactly, so we've probably all been in Morgan's bar.
Sabrina's just gonna kind of clench her hand. You asked me, what was it like to feel the
That's
power
the
of
powerful
God?
God in your hands.
Is that really what it felt like?
Well, to be exact, a portion of a god's power.
Which would have been
You, after all, I can see already you know the details enough to give away all the secrets. That, as like I said, is called a Narakami stone. A scale of Narakami herself that has fallen off. And as you know by now, and he looks towards Lucian with the kind of glaring like it's obvious to you, scales of dragon gods hold powers.
And I just look down at my necklace, which is a scale of Bahamut.
The difference between that of your necklace and that of your ring. The necklace was purposely harnessed in such a way to be the form it is. The gem inside that ring is not. Is nature's way of transforming the scale. Which means it's uncontrolled, unharnessed.
Unrefined, one could almost say.
Exactly. Unrefined powers of gods. But it's just that of a scale. It is a small portion. Now, don't get me wrong, the energy will never run out in it, even though some of it has drained, but that's for different purposes other than using it. But yes, you are essentially holding but a fraction of Narakami's power in the palm of your hand.
Would you be able to tell me all I need to know about this?
I can tell you what I can. That is, Narakami was a dragon god of thunder and lightning. She was the calm and the rage at the same time. Just to fully give information here, let me bring up my notes again. One print, please. Thank you. She was also known, back in her homeland, to be the goddess that you looked up for truth and justice. Any form of magic you use that uses thunder or lightning element will be naturally enhanced by her aura around it. As you've already come to figure out. Now, the freak thing that happened earlier was only due to the connection of her being so close. It will make your magic stronger, yes. And yes, you will feel that of godlike magic entering your own. Will it change you? No. If anything, it will help you learn faster than anyone else on how to control higher levels of magic. You'll be more used to channeling magic that of a fraction of a god than that of, say, anyone else around here. And I already know the thought in your head. You're holding a fraction you were feeling scared, worried, and wanting to know. What it must have been like for him is in your head. What was it like for Zorus to have these powers? A mere mortal. To not even have a fraction of her power. To have all of her power.
I mean, yeah, I do wonder.
It took him a long time to learn how to control it. And the more of her power he got access to, the more it changed him. As you've already seen. He became less human and more dragonoid. He was essentially slowly transforming into Narakami herself.
There must be a lot on somebody.
I'd just say that must be quite something. Feeling yourself transform like that.
He's seen it as nothing but a blessing. Zorus was an orphan. His parents died at war. Narakami personally adopted him. Essentially, Zorus was our own child.
That is quite wild to think about.
I mean, in that case, yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah.
But I can assure you, the ring is safe to use.
I mean, I have no doubt in my mind. Otherwise, I don't know, something like this would be meanderly traveling through retail establishments. I think if somebody realized what this was, they would keep it for themselves.
Indeed, many would seek the power, even a fraction of a dragon god. After all, there's already many people out there that already do seek the power of things outside of their control. Trust me, a good few of them have walked through my bar.
Oh, I'm sure.
Speaking of which, did Malik ever visit your bar?
On many occasions.
Must have been something before he turned into what he is now.
He was honorable. And the thing is, he was always going to turn out like this. There was no version of his story that said otherwise. As sadly... Well, I can't say that. That would be spoilers to end the story, wouldn't it?
Well, thanks for everything you have given us, Morgan. I think we'd best find our compatriots and be on our merry way.
They're most likely at the library, like nurse.
Yes, they are at the library, yes, but we should still go find them as we have Nazarick to go to, ticking time bomb and all.
Yes. Time bomb. That'll be a truly entertaining event for you all to go with. Very interesting part of your story.
Can't wait to bypass it and make this guy a liar.
It's a shame I know you won't.
To be fair, he did leave it open that we could still, because he says, like, certain stories diverge different ways.
The only clue I will give you all about Nazarick. Three you seek, three separate people, yet they are all truly the same.
Okay.
I think Eldon looks down and then up at him. Did my mother ever visits the tavern?
Your mother visited many a time. Mostly when she was worried. In fact, the last time I seen your mother before she got sucked through a time portal was actually at my bar. She was truly a wonderful woman. You may not realize it, but you are in some ways like her. You have her eyes.
Thanks.
Well, I must go. People to serve and all that. I bid you all adieu. And as he bows, suddenly just evaporates into smoke.
So,
That'll be a story to tell the rest.
does this mean I finally get the full description of my ring?
Yes. It does. So, your movement speed while in lightning form, first of all, that goes up to 70. Since some of it did get drained.
Okay, so...
Critical hits with your thunder and lightning spells cannot be ignored.
As I found out firsthand.
Okay, so 70.
You forgot.
I'll wait for you to write down before I say the rest.
So you forgot the key rule. Yes, your armor may say that it ignores critical hits, but the DM has the final say.
That and it doesn't ignore effects like that one.
Crits cannot be ignored.
We'll also ignore immunity.
Oh!
That is powerful.
And lastly, all thunder and lightning spells you cast or any form of thunder and lightning damage gets an additional D8.
Twice.
That's something.
So that was the additional 5 damage you rolled.
Yep.
These rings could actually be useful
Extremely.
against
I don't
a
expect
god
you.
that's trying to come back.
Should we merge them all together to make the one ring to rule them all?
And you've just made the elemental ring.
Okay.
Right.
No, we
Go get a move on. Let's go find the rest of the library.
You should ask.
By the time you reach the library, they're getting ready to leave.
Perfect. Let's go find.
Insane.
What was that, Sabrina?
I'm just. Damn.
Let me put it this way: you literally just can't be ignored by Tiamat.
Very
This
Well
is
done. Pretty much what Hearts just said, to translate that. Well done. While you're wearing this ring, and if you go on to fight Tiamat and everything, you are now the target.
She likes being the target. It's fine.
I mean, I know for a fact that I'm always the target because I'm wearing the fucking scale of Bahamut.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. So and
Oh,
Is
don't
this
worry.
also
the target.
I mean, you're all going, damn it, her ring. What I was working on today.
Bro,
It just.
the statue.
The only thing in my brain right now is thinking Sabrina's slow transition into godhood.
Don't worry, because if Adam has his way, Heart's slowly transforming into something else.
That's
Don't worry about it.
that's wild.
I'll put it this way. Heart is slowly transforming into something that is designed for what was meant to be the in-person campaign I'm doing. That I still haven't got off the ground because shit's been busy and I haven't got everything.
Oh, that's good. Interesting.
That's cool.
That is cool, yeah.
For the other region I made of this world.
And the other region where that's going to take place.
Okay.
Okay.
I got everything noted down, DM.
Cool. So you all meet up.
So, Hart, what's up with you? You're never going to guess what we got told while you two were at the library.
You're never going to guess what we learned while we were at the library.
that's true.
We met another god.
So did we. Sort of.
What was yours called?
Ifrit.
Well, remember the barkeep?
Yep.
He's a god.
Ah. What's he the god of?
Stories. And
So-
you won't believe who's his father.
He sounds like a shit version of a god of truth.
That's his dad.
That's his
Oh.
dad.
I cannot. Oh
Right.
my god.
Should we all go back to the bar, or should we head out towards Nasrid? Like, what time of day is it even?
What time of day is it, DM? How many hours till next sundown?
I'd say it's about 1:30 in the afternoon.
We could go now.
Just-
We could go to Nasarek.
I would need to go and get all my equipment. I just grabbed a holy symbol. I just grabbed my amulet.
True. Then let's all head back to the bar and get ready, and then we can leave.
Okay.
Should we head to Nazwick or should we do the tower first?
Heading to Nasric first, because we could potentially get some more help.
Also, the reason that we need to hit the Nasric first is because we don't have everyone for the door.
Also that. Also that.
That's metagaming situation. Lucian is being given.
Thanks, metagaming pigeon.
It's kind of not metagaming because they're just most likely still asleep.
By the way, just for no, I mean they've been following you. They've been on autopilot. But no, just for the sake of it, by the way, the other continent and everything I made for the world was called Louvel.
Right. To the tower.
To the tavern.
Or the bar. So everyone can have their equipment and we can get going. I'll go pick up whatever I left at the tavern. I don't think I left anything.
Adam?
That's the thing, like, did I leave anything at the tavern myself? I don't think I did.
I think it was only I think it was only Chaos.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're used to a real world where people will steal your shit. We're not used to this place where everyone's all happy and doesn't steal your shit.
Yeah, we all have bags of holding now as well. Like, we don't really need to leave.
True. Hey.
Most of us do.
I've had people break into my room while I was asleep and steal my shit, so...
Hey, didn't you give us like a sale on bag of holdings for literally everyone?
Yeah, no, I think at this point Alden just looks at you. Okay, stop, rewind. Even in taverns, people broke into your room and stole shit.
Yeah, that's happened.
It's pretty much happened before, yeah.
No,
I mean,
was
it hasn't happened to me, but it's happened to a couple of my friends.
Yeah, it's why you tend to choose a tavern that's more reputable and isn't in an absolute shithole of a place usually.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you tend to use spells like alert and stuff like that.
That.
I think you all see Alden looking in disbelief.
Needless to say, I've hunted them down to get my stuff back. That wasn't hard to do.
It's about the same my friends did.
I've been asked to hunt down a few people. Inquisitor business and all that.
Wouldn't be surprised if a friend of mine asked you.
I feel like Alden's just like this, like you're talking about such an alien world, and like the rest of the group's like, yeah, this is normal. This is a thing.
That's
Yeah, you see what you're sounding? Yeah, no, that's weird.
right.
So
Why would anyone? Why?
Well,
No, legit. Why? That's no question.
Because that's life.
You'll often find that a couple of people will. You'll often find that people will tie, their equipment to them while they sleep, so that people can't just come in and take it.
Yep, it's quite normal.
Or
No.
when you have the money, you look for a tavern that is more reputable and has locked doors and has someone that usually stays up 24/7.
You see, Alden just wants to say something and then stops. I don't sleep. That's what. Yeah, let's go. Let me grab my things.
Go, she fly.
there's a small part of me that wishes you weren't in the Golden City right now. Anywhere else. Just so I could say Alden's things are missing.
But they aren't.
Well, you're in the Golden City and they don't do that shit, so they're not.
So yeah, Alden goes back up, gets ready, and then comes back down.
Anyways, as we're just standing in the tavern, I just looked to Morgan. See you around.
He sits there and goes, I look forward to your story unfolding.
I'm kind of waiting for him to look at Bartholomew since he can see the past, future, and all that shit, and realize what I said, that he's a shit version of his dad.
He just kind of looks at you, he's like, not the first time before. words.
Once listened. Anyways, let's get going.
Yeah.
I kind of just wave and like
Oh,
drag
so do
my
I.
Lou out.
I waved to Morgan like bye.
I think Alden sort of waves, takes her bow because he's a god, and she is akin to giving them most respect.
Door, as you all leave, door closes. Morgan's just there by himself with a book in front of him. And he just shuts the book and stuff, and at the front of it, on the front bit of the book, this is just for purely aesthetic type things, by the way. On the front of the book, it just says, "The story of Bahamut's chosen." And he's like, "Yes, an interesting tale indeed."
Oh, that's cool.
And none of us knew that.
Nope.
And that's what.
And by the way, he's had that book in front of him the entire time.
I summon a bird.
You mean the rock?
Yep.
The big bird? Big bird. Okay, then we all get on the bird.
I summon Vega.
You summon the big giant rock, you all get on the rock, you smell what he is cooking, and you set off to Nazareth. And that's where we'll end today's session, where we'll pick up next session, getting to Nazareth.
Hopefully with everyone here.
Hopefully, yes. I'm going to make a comment about that in the D&D text chat.